Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Farmer from Fear Dying. What is good? Alright, so I got a little package in the mail. Looks like a brand new downpipe to me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. We're gonna take it out of the box and I'm gonna pop the hood and let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and pop this sucker open. I'm pretty excited actually. I'm actually hella excited because who doesn't want to make their car a little bit faster, you know? The things that I was gonna do to the car were do downpipe, high pressure fuel pump, but the thing about the high pressure fuel pump is there's no E around where I live, so that sucks. So I'm not doing the high pressure fuel pump until later down the road. I'm gonna see how I like just having the downpipe. I'll probably get bored of it very quickly, but that's okay. This gives us more excuses, or another excuse to get more parts, right? I've never done a downpipe install, so I'm not gonna sit here and claim that, you know, I'm an expert and I know what the fuck I'm doing, because honestly I don't. But we'll get through this together. Here it is. The price for this is $299.99. Hello? Ah! I'd say it works. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood and we'll see what we gotta do. Alrighty, let's pop the hood on this bad Johnny. Oh, my car has been sitting for about a month, so yeah, don't mind all the leaves and how dirty it is. First things first is I'm gonna go ahead and take out the air box and also the O2 sensor clips. That is the very first step. There we go. Now that we have our MAF off, I'm gonna go ahead and pop these small little clips. 1, 2, is there a third one? Oh yeah, it's right here. I'm fucking blind. I almost forgot. This has got to come off too. Got the airbox cover off, air filter, and now this, the airbox, the entire airbox has to come out. There we go. That's probably not good for the motor. A lot of dirt. I'm gonna go ahead and use this 90-degree pig tool. Oh, well, I didn't know that. I don't, there we go, fuck. There we go. All right, cool. Now, the next thing is removing our first O2 sensor and the secondary O2 sensor, which is in the back. For this, I'd suggest either a 22 or a 7/8 wrench. The O2 sensor has this small clip here. You just pull it out. It's really easy. Just like that. See, now it's dangling. You just literally just slide it out from this clip. Slides out. So now I'm gonna get a wrench and I'm gonna go ahead and remove the O2 sensor. The same way that they came out is the same way I wanna put them back in. So we have one more to do. Okay, now that I have both O2 sensors out of the car, as you can see, one is shorter than the other. Once this is in the car, your short one will be here. Your long one will be here. Very good, very nice. Very good, very nice. See these two nuts right here up at the top? Those have to come off, as well as the V-band clamp, which I'm gonna take you guys underneath the car to show you. Always make sure you're using jack stands. I've got the jack stand, I've got a tire just in case, and then this is just supporting my knuckles, so don't worry about that, because I don't want to pull on my brake sensor. All right, the socket size you're gonna need for those two bolts that I just showed you is a 13 that are holding a bracket such as this. I'm gonna go ahead and pull those off. All right, now that these two little nuts are off that hold on this bracket right here, we have to remove the V-band, which is right here. Mine was pretty easy to get to. It's just I use a 13 for these nuts and for the bolt that holds this V-band on, as you can see. All right, so now we have to go underneath the car. All right, as you guys can see, we're now underneath the car, looking towards the rear of the vehicle. We have to undo this nut here, which connects it to the exhaust hanger. This nut connects the downpipe to the exhaust. Those are the first things I'm gonna go ahead and undo. Okay, now that those two nuts are removed down there in the bottom, I just found this fucking nail in my pants. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a shot. I've never done this before, so I mean, I'm definitely not an expert. Okay, I think that it's finally out of the car. There you go. Okay, out with the old, in with the new. So as you guys can see, this is more like a contour design. It doesn't just hit like a sharp angle, and there's none of that in there. We don't need that. You have a short and you have a long. The short one goes in the front. Alrighty, so this has to go back over this. And I'm gonna leave this kind of loose. That way it's easier for me to put back on here in a second. Okay, as you guys can see, I finally have the new VRSF downpipe in the car. It was a pain in the fucking ass because I'm by myself trying to put this V-band back on and make sure that it's lined up. And I ended up taking out the O2 sensors because I figured it'd just be easier for me to see and everything like that, and get it in the car that way. And definitely go from the bottom. Do not try and go from the top because it's not gonna happen. This space here is just not ideal for the situation. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the O2 sensors back in, and those two nuts there, those two, you see those two studs, we're gonna throw the nuts back on there. Okay guys, the O2 sensors are back in, 1 and 2, there's the clips. Also, I put the nuts right here for the hanger, those are back on. Now we gotta go underneath the car and tighten everything back up. Now all that's left is putting the airbox back in, beauty cover, and hooking up the MAF, and we're done. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Alright, air filter. Give it a little wave. Throw that in there. Pinch that back together. Close up these tabs here. 1, 2, 3. There's a fourth one. There's a tricky one down here. There's 4. Plug in the MAF, I'm sorry. And then we have one last step. So now I'm gonna pull out my little screwdriver and tighten up this hose clamp. I know I called it a C-clamp. A C-clamp at the beginning of the video, and that's because I'm there we go. Our last step, if you give a fuck, I 90% of the time wouldn't, because that's just me, but because it's just gonna come off eventually again anyway. There we go. The new downpipe is installed. Now I guess we just gotta turn it on and give it some revs. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be, obviously posting some more stuff when I get more parts and things like that. We do have a surprise here pretty soon, so stay tuned. If you have any questions or anything like that, I can do my best to answer them down in the comments below. And see you.